Hello, sunshines. Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Sunday, the 7th of May, 2023, and this is episode 14. How are you? I am a little off my game, if I'm honest. First, it feels really weird not to be doing daily vlogs in May because for the past years I have, but this year that just wasn't in the cards, so that feels a little weird. And I also lost my phone. Not lost, I broke my phone last week. It was on a counter, it fell off, I shattered the screen, and so I didn't have a phone. I mean, I didn't really have a phone for a few days, and I'm not willing to fight with my old phone to get the videos that I recorded from it because they're there, but they didn't transfer when I set up my new phone. It was frustrating. It was a frustrating situation. So I don't have those readily accessible, so we're not going to have any footage from last week. I apologize for that. You just get this week, but I feel like that'll be okay. I have a lot to talk about because I have 2 weeks worth of progress to fill you in on, and I feel very rambly, so let's just get started. I will probably be looking out my curtain a lot. I don't usually have my curtain open when I record, but it's too dark in the room to not have it open. So anyway, this is my work project, my just plain, mostly vanilla sock project. The first sock is still inside out because I left it that way so I could weave in ends. But you can see I'm getting very, very close. Let me turn it around. Getting very close to the end of the foot. I have less than a stripe repeat to go before I start the toe decreases. So I'm kind of torn if I should just finish it today or continue working on it at work. Either way, I'm going to need a new project for work this week, but since I don't knit a lot at work right now, this might get me through a few days. I don't know what to do yet. I haven't decided. The yarn is Lion Brand Mandala. This is where I was last time you saw it, all the way up here, so I've done a lot of progress on this. Some of that has been because I took it walking, some of it has been in classrooms. So yeah, just a 72 stitch US size 0 needles, fingering weight yarn. I'm doing an afterthought heel, a true afterthought heel where I cut the yarn in, and it's pretty basic pattern. I also worked quite a bit on my cowl, which is helical knit, kind of. So here is, let's see, I don't do the technique where you slip the stitches though. I find that really tedious. So here's my, I guess I'll put it back here because the light is good back here. So here's my join area, and there's no floats or anything, and the stitches are pretty even tension wise around there. So since I last saw you, I have done this much, and since my current goal for it is 10 rounds a week, I am doing really good because I exceeded that over the last 2 weeks. This project is growing more mindless, so maybe I could take it to a movie theater if I thought it was a movie that I would be into, but not so into that I would miss my beginning of the round, hey, stop marker. I'm really liking the way the colors are working out. I think it looks super beauteous, and let's check in. This is how much I have left of my current scraps to use up, so we will see. Maybe I'll be pulling more colors. I don't know. How long is it now? comfortably, wraps around the neck once. I don't know if I'll get to twice. Probably not with what I have pulled, but maybe I will add more. We will see. I just don't want it to be that weird, awkward cowl length where like you can only wrap it once, but it's too loose and like hangs down and isn't really, really functional. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like 1.5 cowl lengths. I don't want to make that. Oh yeah. I love you, P. My dog is on my bed over there. So when you hear the sighing in the background, that's her. But yeah, pretty pleased with that progress on that cowl. Again, it doesn't really have an end period. I'd like to have it done by this year holiday because it's been hanging around for a few years, and I have someone who I would gift it to if I am able to finish it. Let's continue talking about knitting. I am super excited. Do you know what this is? This is a finished glove. Ba-bam! Number 1 out of the pair is finished. It's got all the fingers. It's got this beautiful cable detail that I love. So this is not for me. This is for my children's dad. And I am excited that the first one is finished. In case you're new here and you don't know, this is for a holiday gift, a winter holiday gift for my kid's dad. And I start my gift making as soon as I finish the previous year's gift making. So, you know, that could be before winter gifts are given. That could be after, because maybe I give gifts late. Who knows? It depends on the year, but I work on them all year so that I'm not scrambling, and I don't buy gifts for anybody except when I have to do like a Secret Santa or something. So yeah, I make everybody's gifts, and that's why I'm making gloves as Michigan is going into summer. It's not very chilly today, but I am chilly. I think it's like low 60s and a little bit rainy, but I have my shawl on because it's just a little chilly in my room. My room is the coldest room in the house and also the hottest room in the house. So it's an addition that is not super well insulated, but that's okay. It's fine. That's what all of my knitwear is for, and then in the summer, that's what my fan is for, so I make it work. Anyway, this pattern is called Natalie, and I have made a pair, I think this is the 3rd pair of Natalie gloves that I have made. I'm pretty sure I made another pair for my kid's dad like almost a decade ago, and I made a pair for myself probably also almost a decade ago. So it's fun to revisit the pattern. It's a really well-written pattern. It explains really, really well how to do the fingers and where to stop for that. And the pattern of the cable on the wrist is really lovely. I don't remember what this yarn is off the top of my head, but if I find the tag, I will let you know. Ba-ba-ba-ba, my exploration station, pattern by Stephen West. This is where I was last week, and I finished the brioche section. So here's what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like on the back, and it's so easy. The brioche was so easy. I didn't have class on Monday, and I knocked out like, I don't know, 10 or more rows of the brioche that night. I just put on a movie. Well, first I did a bunch of studying because I was like, oh, I have all this time. I should use it up for studying, you know, a gift of time. And then I was like, man, I'm so tired of studying. I'm just gonna watch a movie and do some brioche. And I didn't finish the brioche section that night. I finished it probably Thursday, but just a little bit of work here and there. So now this should fly off the needles because the other, I think there's 3 sections to go but they are fairly simple. So yeah, maybe by the end of the month I'll have this done. If not, sometime in summer. But I'm super excited. If I can find the picture of the tags, I will put it in. If I can't, I won't. They're all in my journal though, in my crafting journal. So maybe if I remember, I'll write them down. If you have any specific questions, ask in the comments below. Oh, on Monday, not Monday, last week, Sunday, I also pulled out my blanket and did some work on that. And this square right here this pink square right here is a new square. I know that because I left the needles in so I could see that. And be on the lookout for a video about all the small things. I am going to host that again this year, and it is going to start Memorial Day weekend. If you're in the US, it'll be Memorial Day weekend. I don't know the exact dates of that, sometime at the end of May, but there will be a video coming later this week, to tell you about that. I'm super excited about it. It's a knit along that I've hosted, or not a knit along, a make along, because anything counts. But again, I'll talk about that soon. I'm super excited about it. I have a lot of fun with it. Other people seem to have a lot of fun with it, so it's a really good time. Sorry, knocking the stand. So other than knitting, I have also been doing a fair bit of sewing, kind of, mending, I guess. I have a hoodie, this hoodie right here, and I got this hoodie pre-breakup, and I had a really big breakup last year, and I lost a bunch of weight after the breakup, so my hoodie didn't fit anymore. I mean, it fit, but it was like, I felt sloppy in it. So I don't think you'll be able to see, but maybe. Yeah, you can kind of see right there. I took out about 4 inches on either side and just did a plain running stitch to seam it up. Hand sewing, I don't own a machine. And then I'm doing a blanket seam to close it up. And this is all that I have left. This much right here, from here to here. Right here. There we go. That's all that I have left to blanket seam before this is finished. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's much more wearable now that it's smaller. I just felt like I was swimming in it. And if you love a ton of positivities, that's awesome. But I do not. I don't like the way it feels. I have a lot of sensory issues. And so, yeah, it's not my thing. I also had a shirt that used to belong to my kid's dad a long time ago, and I've had the shirt waiting to be edited into a dress for a very long time. Maybe a decade, maybe only 7 years. I don't know. I've had it a long time. So I will insert a picture here of what the shirt looked like yesterday, and I have cut it. So I cut it right below where it would fit on my bust. So basically, this covers a bra and not much else right now. And I am sewing in a panel of lace. So I'm sewing in a panel of lace, and then I will reattach the bottom of the shirt to the lace panel, and that'll give it a little more length because while I could have theoretically just worn the shirt as a shirt dress, I definitely couldn't have worn it to work. I mean, I can't now with this lace panel, but I definitely couldn't have worn it because it was too short, and I'm not super comfortable in super short clothes anyway. So this should give me just enough length that I feel like it's wearable, and if it doesn't, I will go back to a fabric store and get more lace and put it around the bottom. I don't know if it'll be the same lace or a different lace, we'll see. But I am really enjoying that. Again, it's hand sewing, so it takes time, and it's black fabric with black thread, so I have to do it when the lighting is good, which means only during the daytime, because I do not have good lighting in my bedroom, which is where I do all of my crafting. But I am really excited for this to be developing. It was a size XL men's shirt, and I wear a women's size small shirt, so I took out, I think, about 4 inches on either side on the side hem by the arms. Oh, you can see like I took out this much. I haven't done anything to the arms yet. I am waiting to finish the dress before I decide if I'm going to take out any of this extra fabric in the arms. If I want short sleeves, long sleeves, I haven't decided about the sleeves. So I haven't touched the sleeves. They're just gonna hang out on their own until I finish the dress. Then I will make a decision about what I think I would like for the sleeves. This doesn't have a timeline, a time frame for it, so I'm hoping that I just keep working on it every week. Like, I'll make myself some little mini goals every week, I think, just so that it's continuing to move forward. But I don't need it for anything in particular. I just want it. And my best friend and I are, we're planning to hang out a bunch this summer, which I'm super looking forward to. And one of the things that we want to do is edit some of our old clothes into things that we will actually wear. Like, I went to her house yesterday for the entire day. It was amazing. Her boyfriend changed the brakes on my car, and it was a process. And we also went out to eat a couple times, and she and I went out for walks and stuff. But one of the things that we want to do this summer is edit clothes. And I did. I edited a shirt yesterday. I took a t-shirt that I wasn't really loving, and I turned it into a cropped t-shirt, which is not a thing that I have, and is not a thing that I thought I would want, but I'm pretty excited about it, actually. So there's that. And I took this shirt because it was in my pile of clothes to edit. It's not being edited into a summer thing necessarily, but maybe it's a summer thing. I don't know. We'll see what the sleeves tell me they want to be. But that was pretty exciting to finish that one shirt and start on this one. So anticipate that this summer there will be more like clothing editing projects that I'll be bringing up and talking about a little tiny bit. I also, on this, don't think you'll be able to see it, I did little bust darts. Maybe I'll take a picture and put that in. I did bust darts, and I did a dart in the back, just to take it in a little bit around my bust line so that it wasn't so, again, oversized. I don't love oversized. I don't need things to be like super tight either, but the amount of ease that I'm comfortable with is not a lot. So not a lot of positive and not a lot of negative. It's got to be like there's a very little range. Yay, sensory issues. Last thing I want to check in with you about really quick is I just finished today Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. Really, really good. It is a retelling of the Medusa myth. Very interesting. Some things different than the myth, but overall really conversational in the storytelling, really interesting. I liked it a lot. I like that you get to see from different characters' points of view. And the variety of characters, like the types of characters, is really interesting because they're not all human. In fact, a lot of them are not human, so that's really cool. Highly recommend that book if you're into mythology at all. Or even if you're not, I think it would still be a fun, interesting read. I also read The Little Mermaid. This version is by Jerry Pinkney. It's okay. It's like not my favorite retelling. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't different enough or the same enough to be The Little Mermaid. I don't know. I don't know how to say what I want to say. It's not my favorite version, but it wasn't bad. The artwork is beautiful, and if someone was into The Little Mermaid, I'd be like, yeah, read that version too. May as well. I am about to start a book that I haven't started this yet, but I just finished Stone Blind. I need another book. So I pulled this one off of my shelf. It's called Bloody Jack by L.A. Meyer. And it is about Mary Jack Faber, ship's boy. I have this one because I saw a book later in the series on the bookshelf at the library that I actually want to read. And I didn't want to just pick up that book because it's part of a series. So I'm going to start with the first one. I don't think this will take very long because it's a young adult book instead of an adult book. There's only about 280 pages, but I mean, these are dense pages. Like, that's a lot of text on these pages. So maybe it'll take a while. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know anything about it at all. So hopefully I like it. And if not, that's okay. I have this idea percolating in my brain, and it's not an original idea, of like a reading log blanket. And Kendra made these. Well, she made shawls. So I want to steal her blanket and make it into, I want to steal her idea and make it into a blanket, but I haven't quite decided how I want to do it. So I'm still bouncing around the idea. But I think it would be really, really fun to make like granny squares and use like fun yarn for like a rating system, like probably 1, 2, or 3 rounds in the color, and then the 4th round would be a neutral color, and that would be the connecting round to connect them together. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like out of or maybe I'd do like a 4 round with a 5th being the connecting. I think that's what I'd probably do. Like round 1 would be if I DNF'd a book, which almost never happens. 2 rounds would be like I read it and yeah, I read it. 3 rounds would be I read it and would recommend it to some people. And 4 rounds would be I read it, I loved it, and recommend it to everybody. I think that's what I would do. I started something like that once upon a time and then abandoned it, but like the idea keeps coming back to me. My sister showed me a reading log blanket sort of thing, and I just keep seeing these other types of log blankets, and I really want to make one. But that's just, a thought in my brain. But I have a lovely reading journal, so I wouldn't have to wait until I finished a book. I could start the blanket and like make a bunch of progress and then just add to it as I finish books. So we'll see. I don't know. I need to let it percolate more. Like, do I want to buy yarn for it? Do I want to use yarn that I have in my stash? What do I want to do? I don't know. Don't know. All right, friends. I think I have rambled enough, and honestly, I kind of want to go maybe take a nap. So I will talk to you hopefully in about a week. All right. See you then. Bye for now. just want to be your very best friend. You're so cute.
He's so
Look
cute.
how tiny
Look at you.
You're just
Oh,
so
I got your face
tiny.
right. Good. That's what I wanted.